that you can see this. Let's start this recording right now. All right, this is Dr. Spiller. Thank you so much, guys, for being on this live training that I'm doing with you in reference to our signals group. As you know, we are producing signals that generate between 900 to right at 1,000 pips every week. And so I'm creating this video so that you guys will be able to take advantage of those actual signals that we send you. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today, the signals that we send you and how you can take advantage of those signals. But before we do that, I always put up an illustrated spreadsheet, and this illustrated spreadsheet puts you in the perspective of having what we would call a trading plan. So I'm going to talk to you today about having a trading plan and sticking to that trading plan and how this trading plan can help produce and help you get to where you want to be from a trading standpoint. Now, this sheet that I'm going to show you is strictly for illustrative purposes. I'm not guaranteeing any profits that come along with this sheet, but this is a compounded interest sheet that I like to use for people who like to see them growing their account with a goal in mind. And so I'm going to start this training off with that. And as I start this training off with that, I'm going to make sure that this is what you all should be doing. Now, we have the growth plan right here. This is for starting an account with $200. I'm going to ask you a question. What amount would you like for me to start this balance with? How much would you like for me to start the balance with? Remember, I get the most is what I'm going to use. All right, I see more 200s than anything else, so we're going to keep it at 200, okay, guys? Thank y'all so much. So, how to trade effectively. Let's talk about how to trade effectively. All right, and I do have my assistant, Jason, here, who is just phenomenal and really going about positioning us to win. And so I want to make sure that I acknowledge him, who's in my house today that participates in the training. But let's talk about this. Okay, your balance, you can always edit your balance to $200. We have the daily growth amount, which is 5% a day. We have the daily profit goal. We also have a suggested pip count amount, which I said was 20 pips. You can go, we can do it like this. You can go 15 pips, but it's more risky. So I really like to go low, 20 pips a day. You can go 30 pips a day, as an example, right? Or you can go 40 pips a day. That choice is going to be yours. The choice is going to be yours, okay? And for your stop loss can be anywhere between, let me change it, 20, right, to 25 on a stop loss. These are suggestions. Now, this is running a very skinny stop loss for this, but the ratio on this is pretty much 1-to-1. You start getting into risk when you do a 20 pip take profit and a 40 pip stop loss. But for most people, guys, you don't want to over risk your account with a high stop loss and a low take profit. I just want you to be able to know that. There are people who are trading that have your lot size here is too high. And that's why you're getting stopped out because of greed. We're going to go over that today as well. And try to help many of you not overinflate your account, okay? So from this one, you can go 25 to 30. And this one, you can go between 30 and 40. Now, you can change your stop loss to whatever you want. You want to be actually honest, you can change your stop loss to whatever you want. I'm also going to show you how you can go in and set up your own stop loss today. So you're going to want to make sure you have that as well. But typically, I'll ask a person who's growing a $200 account, I'll ask them, what's your pip count amount for that day? Well, I'm going for 20 pips today. Or, what's your daily profit goal? $10. Now, here's the problem that we have with a lot of people. They don't have a daily goal, right? And because they do not have a daily goal, they're just staying in the trade and trying to get as many pips as they can. From my opinion, that's not trading with proficiency. That's not trading in excellence. What I would suggest to you, please hear me on this, what I would suggest to you is to have a daily amount that you're going after in your trades. Right? Have a daily goal amount that you're going after in your trades. That's what I would suggest to you. If you're going to do this effectively, have a daily goal amount in your trades. So if you're trading that day and once you reach your goal of $10, you should be done. Your next goal for the next day is $10.50. That's your trade goal. Should be done. If you don't meet your trade goal for that day, you have not completed that trade day, and you should not move forward. Let's try it again. Let's say, very good, Shastar. Let's say that you, please hear me. Let's say that you get $10 or you end up the day with $5. You don't meet your goal. You don't go to the next day until you meet your daily goal for that day, which is $10. So do not go ahead. You did not meet your daily goal for that day. Keep trading with the same exact lot size until you hit your daily goal. Well, that's just long, Dr. Spiller. I could have did that with a higher lot size, and that's why you're blowing your account. Right? That's why you're blowing your account. You're blowing your account because you're going with a high lot size, and some of the stop losses that we give you guys, we give you a stop loss, and those stop losses are 30 to 40 pips. 30 to 40 pips. 30 to 40 pips on that stop loss. $30 to 40 pips on that stop loss. You not trade, guys. We're doing this for a year. Okay, 1 year. Now let's give you an example. All right, let's say you meet your daily trade goal that day. You go to your next day. It's $10.50. You meet your daily trade goal that day. You go to your next day. It's $11.03, and this is your lot size. Whether you're going for 20, 30, or 40 pips. Right? Whether you're going for that. But you don't meet it. So then the next day you start at the same lot size, or if another trade comes out, you start at the same lot size, and you hit that goal for that day. Now, is this going to take time? Yes. It's going to take time for those people who really do not want to learn how to trade. You're in this to get rich tomorrow. That's not how we're going to do it. Now, let's say you lose a trade, right, and you lose the $10. There are two suggestions. You can add the $10 back to get it back up to a $200 balance because no trades go 100%, right? Or you can change the amount of your 200 to whatever you lost it to 190, and you can start trading from there. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, I just saw a question here. Are you trying to hit the difference or the entire amount on the next day? You're trying to hit the difference. If you can't get it, you're just trying to hit the difference. You cannot go to another day. You should not be going to another day until you complete that goal. Here's a question. Do we need to change the goal? Can we change the goal to a higher amount? Yeah, you can do that by coming over here and going instead of 5%, you can go for 6%. It changes your lot size, but now you're doing 6% a day. You can go over here, change it. The higher you're going, the more you're at risk. Did you hear what I said? You can change your percentage, right? And there are people who do that. I know them, right? I'm not mad at them. They change their percentage to 8%. They do 8% a day, right? Once you start getting up to 10%, it gets risky on your size, guys. 20%, 15%. I see people who do that. They do 10% a day, right? On a $200 account, right? 20 pips stop loss. You lost $20 for that day if the trade goes in the opposite direction. So you can also change it to 10%. You can change this to whatever you want to change it to. You just got to make sure you stick to your goals. Right? Some people say, I say 10%. Just make sure that you don't get upset when you have one of those days, right? You have one of those days and you take a heavy loss because you're dealing with a higher lot size. You can set that for whatever you want to set it for. I know people who do 20%. That's very risky. On a $200 account, $2 a pip. If you don't get it, that's $40. If it's a 30 pip stop loss for $2, that's $60. So, especially for new people, if you're brand new guys and you're just starting the trade, do the 5%. Do the 5%. You're not taking a heavy loss on a $200 account. If you're brand new, leaders, teach your brand new traders. Teach your brand new traders to stay at 5%. Leaders, can I get a yes on that? If you're a leader and you're on this call, can I get a yes on that? Teach your new people to stay at 5%. And that should translate to any language. Do not bring a new person on and try to do a 20% growth rate, even if they are aggressive. They will blow their account. Do not do that. Guys, we're talking $1 million in 6 months. There's nowhere in 9 months. There's nowhere that you can do that if you just stick to the goal for 9 months. And this is why, leaders, you should make sure your people are committing for 1 year. You should make sure people are committing for 1 year, not 2 days, not 2 months, 1 year. The reason why I did 5% Dave and I went with 20 pips was because, look, it's 50 cents. The most that you're risking with this lot size, if you're doing a 20 pip stop loss, is just $10. $10 is not a lot to lose on that account, typically. The success rate that we're having to TP1 is pretty outstanding. And we're going to talk about that as well. Now, let's talk about multiple trades. There's sometimes our signals groups send out multiple trades. Now, do you know when those multiple trades are coming out? No, we don't. But if you're going to do multiple trades, it's going to be in your best interest if you're looking to do multiple trades or multiple positions on one trade. Do not do multiple 5 cent, 5 cent, 5 cent, 3 or 4 times. You're going to blow your account. You're going to blow your account. Okay? I'm going to talk about whether you should take the trade or not based on how late the signal came in. This is what I'm doing. I'm going over all of this. I'm going to make sure that we have it all together so that you are trading proficiently. So stay with me. It is leaders. Make sure when you are training your people, they're not entering 5 to 6 positions with this lot size. They can enter 5 times at 10 cents, and that equates to 50 cents. Leaders, they can do 5 times at 10 cents, that equates to 50 cents. But if they do the whole 50 cent on one trade, they can only take one trade at a time. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? So if you're thinking that there are multiple trades, we try to at least do 10 trades a week, but there are going to be multiple trades coming out. You probably want to go with 20-cent trades. You can do 20 cents 2 times, 30-cent trades. You can do a 30 cent and a 20 cent. That equals 50 cents, right? You can do 2 10s and 1 30. You can do 3 30s and 1 20-cent lot size. Am I making sense? Everybody needs to talk to me right now. Am I making sense on why you should not be blowing your account? I want to make sure I'm making sense because you're over leveraging your account. We keep sending out trades and you're going to keep doing 50 cent on top of 50 cent on top of 50 cent on top of 50 cent. Well, you're not trading 50 cent anymore. You're trading $2. If you're trading $2 like that, you're going to over leverage your account just in case one of those go way negative or 3 of those go way negative. You start over leveraging your account and now you're going into prayer, asking God to turn the trade in your favor. Whatever your lot size is for that day, start having in your mind, okay, I'm only going to risk 20 cents on this or 30 cents on this. I still have 2 more, another 20 cents to spare on another trade just in case another trade comes out. $5, 10-cent trades, I was just giving you an example. There's really no benefit. But you can do 5, 10-cent trades on 5 different trades. You can do 5, 10-cent trades on 5 different trades, and that'll equal to your 50 cents. Yes, that's right, Bridget. But remember, you have 50 cents to spare if you're doing 20 pips. You have more to spare if you're going for a higher pip count. You have more to spare if you're going for a higher pip count. It's your max. Your max. My account size ratio, I try not to go above 3%, Jace. 3% is usually my max of my balance if I'm trading safely. So guys, let's talk now. Let's talk about this. So leaders, I need you to do this with your team, especially when you have new people on. Your question should be, have you met your daily goal? Find out what their daily goal is and ask them, have you met your daily goal? If they've met their daily goal, you have to be a great leader, a leader of leaders, and tell them or ask them while you're still in the trade. Now, I'm going to show you how, well, you don't make your daily goal because you don't know how to read the charts. So we're going to try to help you with that. So once you're going to stop trading for that day, yes, or you can do what I'm going to tell you to do. Okay? There are different ways that we can do this. If you can't hear me, you have to log out and log back in. Will someone type that in? Bless is saying she can't hear me. Tell Bless to log out and log back in. Type your questions in the chat, and I will try to get to your questions in the chat. All right, I'm going to show you how to stay in a trade if you're choosing to stay in. I'm going to show you how to stay in a trade if you're choosing to stay in. And you can get more pips if you want. I don't know why you didn't take profit on gold this morning. If you used TP1 and you didn't take profit, I don't even know why. You did something wrong. That's the only way you did it. I apologize for that. Hopefully I'm not sounding rude. But if you didn't take profit, trust me, you did something wrong. All right? You have mentioned when we get started big amounts, we should diverse with different brokers, right? Yes, don't trust them holding all our money, right? All right, the signals come out. We can't get in because of the time difference, okay? You have to learn how to trade if that be the case. But I also taught you how to use the harmonic scanner so you can start taking trades on your own. Want to know what time frame you usually use the signals. Typically, 1 hour and 4 hour time frames. Right? Some of these questions are basic, and I'm going to send you back to IML Academy. Like, how do you do a double trade? You need to go through IML Academy, guys. Use what you're paying for to start learning about twin trading. There is a particular video on twin trading in the IML Academy. Please go look that up. No, I don't recommend skipping a day if you do 2 days worth of profit. I'll say if you do 2 days worth of profit in one trade, go to the next following day. Sometimes you can do 2 days in one day, just go to the next day. So let's say on Monday, you hit this position, and because the trade just kept running, you end up getting 2 in 1. So the next day, on the next day, you should start on the third day, even though you are on the second day, still go for your goal on the third day. No, I'm not covering everything I went over yesterday. That is on the video, and it's been uploaded to YouTube. You can go back and watch the video many times over. All right, now, does everybody understand what I'm saying? How many pips do you do your trail stop? I'm going to go over that at 2, Bobby. Twin trading is I'm looking on technical analysis. Thank you, Karen, so much for putting it out there. Leaders, let me give you another thing that I want to make sure that we're doing as good leaders. Please start making sure your people go through IML Academy. It's not right for us to cover basics when they should take the initiative to go through the basics on their own. Leaders, please hold your people accountable when it pertains to going through the basics in IML Academy. Please, would you do that for me? Please make sure that you push them to cover the basics, technical analysis, and intermediate training. If they don't want to do that, they don't want to learn how to trade. And so what will happen is they're asking questions that if they just did their homework, they just went through the videos, this is going to help everybody out and make all of this just that much easier. All right, let me make sure I got some other questions. I'm going to try to answer those. Let's see if I got any other questions. All right. All right, we put the spreadsheet out there yesterday. It's in Push 1000. Do you use MACD for entry point based off candlestick patterns? Yes. Do you recommend entering a trade alert if the take profit 1 has been hit? I'm going to go over that too, Jay. Just hold on. Do you enter 4 separate trades when there are 4 TPs? No, I do not. That's the wrong way to do it. Do you enter trailing stop? Okay, I'll go over that. Anything on trailing stop, I'm going to go over. I don't really recommend any broker. I know a lot of people use Hugo's Way. Some are using Trader's Way. There's just so many different brokers that are out there. Do your research on that to get a good broker. Will you place the video on YouTube as well? Yes, I will. Do you have multiple accounts for different strategies? I really have one strategy and multiple accounts. All right, now let's get back into this. Hold your questions now, guys. Hold your questions. Hold your questions. Hold your questions. When trades are taken, let's change pace. Change pace. So we went over the spreadsheet. Any more questions about the spreadsheet? Because I'm going to leave the spreadsheet. Any more questions about the spreadsheet? Any more questions about the spreadsheet? Because I think it's really self-explanatory on what you should be doing. You're going to have people who are not going to follow the spreadsheet and then come back and say trading doesn't work. And there's nothing I can do about that. Okay, so we're going to stop this share. And now we're going to go to show you how trades are usually taken. We do not use the chicken push strategy. We talk about trades. If you really want to know the charts that we use to take trades, it's really on what is called Ichimoku. And not many of you learn Ichimoku, want to know Ichimoku, interested in Ichimoku. or anything like that, but I put an Ichimoku chart up so you can see what is really used to generate all of our trade signals. It is Ichimoku. Yes, I'll make sure I go over that, John, because we're actually going to change the format that we use to send our signals. Because a lot of people are not getting notifications through Telegram. And so just as an announcement, we're going to be leaving Telegram altogether. Ichimoku, it's right here. I'm going to show you that. It's right here, Ichimoku. This is what Eric and Alonzo teach on their channel. They're actually teaching it right now, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I believe. So all of our trade signals come through Ichimoku. However, just because they come through Ichimoku does not mean that the same trade strategy doesn't apply if you're using the chicken foot strategy or anything else. Okay? They're on the settings for Ichimoku on default. Settings for Ichimoku on default. On the IML crypto, for anyone who wants to go and watch that Ichimoku training that Eric and Alonzo do, and they teach it here. So this is where all of their signals are coming from. Now, their charts don't look like mine, right? But these charts are still used for the purpose of catching trends. Now, the one thing that Ichimoku, there are several ways that you can use this trade strategy to get re-entrances on strong trends. So from SOM, I tried to make it simple with just simple moving averages that will show you when to get in, when to get out while you're learning how to trade, period. Okay? All right. So hopefully I answered that because people ask me what strategies is used for our signals group. It is all Ichimoku. But just because I look at this, I can tell you now that Ichimoku, along with the moving average, once you know support and resistance, guys, is phenomenal. Now, I'm going to teach you how to do this from your computer so you can start recognizing when you want to take profit on a particular trade. Okay? I'm going to show you how to benefit from a signal when it's called. And then you can go and look at your chart. You can go look at your chart. I'm not here to teach on Ichimoku. I'm not here to teach on Ichimoku, guys. This is a training just on the signals. So I know some of you have ADHD and you can't stay focused. Come back and focus with me. Trust me, I understand it because I have it too. But I'm not here to talk about Ichimoku. You know what I'm here to talk about? How to effectively use the signals. How to effectively use the signals. Parenthetically, if you are looking for a good trade, right now I guarantee you that GBP JPY is moving into a buy and a strong buy. At that, GBP JPY. This looks like it's due for a turnaround, but JPY is so weak right now as a currency pair. And GBP is so strong right now. It's moving right now. It's 7.4 and JPY, if JPY goes to under 1.5, it's phenomenal to start trading at there. Just want to give that out to you. But that's what we typically look at. Now, for those of you who are looking, let me make sure that I do this. And so, yeah, I've already made all those indicators available. Let's do this. Hold on for a second. There's so many indicators people use. There's not a perfect indicator, guys. I don't mean any harm. you know, a lot of people talk. There is just not one perfect indicator. As far as I'm concerned, there's not a perfect indicator at all. So we can talk all day long, but there is no such thing as a perfect indicator that you can use. So now we're going to go over taking a signal and what is happening, because I'm going to show you when a signal is given on Ichimoku and when a signal is given where you can follow along with that signal. We're going to look at gold this morning, okay? We're going to take you to gold this morning. I'm going to explain the signal to you, but we're going to take you through gold this morning. I'm just looking for a chart to be able to do that with. Oh, 1 second, guys. Okay. 1 second. All right, guys. Now, I'm trying to see how I want to do this for everybody that's on. I'm looking at the template that I want to use for this, and I'm going to show you how we're doing this and everything else. Give me 1 second. Yeah, just give me a second. I know this. This is what happens when you have too many templates on your stuff. This is what happens when you have too many templates. I do apologize. Well, let's use this. And what I'm going to do is, y'all just give me a second. So I'm going to use Hakanashi candles. And I'm going to show you how to set up your chart with Hakanashi candles. That'll make it easy. So I'm going to do one chart with Hakanashi. And y'all going to have to just walk with me as I flow through these, okay? I'm doing another chart with Ichimoku. Give me a second here. So you can see the gold trade that was called and what you should be doing when you have a trade like that, okay? What you should be doing when you have a trade like that, because you could have been internet went down and came back up. I think it's back up now. I didn't know it went down. Yeah. So I'm gonna show you Ichimoku. We're gonna put this, Ichimoku, and then we're gonna go with this and kind of show you. Here's the aqua line here. So roughly between two charts is what I'm gonna show you. Okay? And I'm going to teach you about re-entrances and everything with that. So let's go look up gold. I'm going to show you the signal that came in. Right? I'm going to show you the signal that came in and show you what you should have done in the midst of this. I'm going to take these Hakanashi candles off. And I'm going to go ahead and put regular candles back in. Y'all give me a second here. Just so you can follow along. I want y'all to follow along with me so that you're not taking any losses. So give me a second here. Bar up is going to be green. Bar down is going to be red. Bar up is going to be green. Bar down is going to be red. And we'll do it just like that. So, okay. So I'm gonna teach you about this signal that took place this morning. I'm gonna show you where we got in gold, right? I'm gonna show you what happened with gold, and I'm gonna show you how you could have known not to stay in that trade for a very long time, right? So this session is being recorded. It's still being recorded. We just had a drop and then we came back, but it's still being recorded. All right, so now let's go look at what happened this morning. All right, let's look at what happened this morning. I'm going to have to share my screen here. Okay, so we were in push 1,000. You received this gold signal in push 1,000. This was the signal that you received from gold this morning. Now, what I'm typically asking the guy, what we're trying to do is making sure that we're putting the chart in so you can see where we're putting our take profit line. But this gold signal came in. Here was the stop loss. Now, what's not on here is the market execution. Because each one of you are getting in at a different time. You're going to have to go and look at your chart. So here's the gold signal right here. Try to make it small. So the gold signal is right here. They said the market execution. Right? So as they send the market execution, here was gold. Let's say it was right about here. We had this rising up. So it's somewhere right in here where we took this gold signal, right here where this breaker structure was right here. Let me show you something so that you can see it. Let's go look at it on Ichimoku because that's where they took the trade at. So they took it right here, this break of this 1 hour resistance line right here. So let's go look at this on Ichimoku. Give me a second here. Follow along with me. Follow along with me. And I'm showing you how the trade was taken off the Ichimoku. And I'm going to show you how you should have took the trade and what you should have been looking at when you took that trade. Okay? So here's this trade on Ichimoku. What the signal was waiting for was this breaker structure on this candle right here. Now I want y'all to see this. It was taken right here, but this is what happened when you got this trade. I'm going to magnify it so you can see it. This is this trade on Ichimoku. So this structure was broken right here on this actual support line right here. What happened right after it broke that structure, we had an immediate pullback all the way up here. The stop loss was up here at this support structure here, right? It was taken on a 4 hour, but I'm gonna stick with the 1 hour just so you can see it. So there's a breaker structure. We had this big pullback. Now, when we had this pullback, I saw in the Universal Trade House this morning, and all night, should we stay in gold? Should we stay in gold? Should we stay in gold? Number one, get this down. Trust your stop loss. If you're scared about losing that money, it's because you have too big of a lot size on there, and it's because of greed. That's why you're panicking. You have to trust your stop loss. Do you know we didn't hit the stop loss on one trade last week? Now, people lost on trades because they have not got their entry together and they're entering these trades wrong. I'm going to cover that this evening. All right, now, can you see this? All right, they can see the screen now. So there was a sell signal right here, but we immediately had this pullback. Look what happened. It came up and it tested this line. Ichimoku had a line on it too, but it tested this resistance line. It came up, hit that line, and pulled back. Then came up and hit that line. It respected this line. So I'm going to draw on the chart so you can see what I'm actually talking about here. This is the line right here. This line right here is where this was respecting it. So even though we got in here, right, this was the entry, we had this pullback way up here, right? It stopped there, and then that's when we had this move down, and everybody's excited. Why? Because it broke this support line right here, and this is where it went. I need y'all to hear me. This is where it went right here, and then we had this immediately retracement back up to test this support. It didn't even come close to the stop loss. But then all of this profit would have been sucked all back out, and people were not going to have that profit sucked back out, so they just got out of the trade. I'm going to show you how you were known to start looking to secure this profit right here, so that you wouldn't have to worry about this pullback right here. Now, let me ask you this. How many of you are interested in learning that? To where this, you could have looked here and said, let me go ahead and take my profit. You wouldn't even worried about another move. You wouldn't even been in right up in here for that. That's what we're going to teach today. That's what we're going to teach today. Then this is why drawing those support and resistance lines on your chart are ultra important. Because even though we had this move down, what people were doing, let me tell you what they did. Well, we waiting for take profit 3. Did it hit take profit 3? No, it didn't hit take profit 3. It hit take profit 2. Why? Because take profit 2 was right here on this support structure, right here. It came out of that support structure, and look what it did. It went right back up again to test this support structure, but it held under this support structure. So right now, gold is in consolidation, and it's been in consolidation from here to here. All of this is consolidation on gold. Gold could drop again based on it testing this area right here. It could test this, reject it, and then shoot all the way down here for another take profit. Now, I'm gonna do that all over again, but I'm gonna do it on another chart with Alpha Ichimoku on here so you can see it just a little bit clearer and a little bit better, okay? Is this helping you guys so far? Because you gotta start reading between the lines. I'm gonna take the MACD and everything else off because none of this really makes any difference at this point. We'll go back over these later. Is it making a little bit of sense at this point? Now, let me go over to the next chart. This is where you're not going to see all of this on this chart. We're going to take all this out. We're going to strip it naked. And we're going to zoom in. And here's the gold trade. And this is the line, the aqua line on the chicken foot strategy, okay? And I'm going to show you something because this is what y'all needed to see. When you're in this trade, all right, a signal just came out, did it not? I think we just got a signal on CAD. Yeah. So a signal just came out on GBP CAD. Right? And some of y'all are already in profit. How many of y'all took that trade that we just sent out on GBP CAD? So let's go look it up. This is a live trade, GBP CAD, and we are in a buy because GBP is strong, right? Now, let's look at this. Look at this on the aqua line. We just had this break of structure, so it tests this structure, there's breaks in this structure, but I need everybody to see this. I need everybody to see this. This is very important. On the live trade, I'm glad it's live. Give me a second here. Now, You're in this trade, and some of y'all are in profit right now because GBP is moving up in strength. Now, look at this right here. You see this area right here? This is going to test this area. But the question is it going to break through this area? Hit this, that's why I drew your support and resistance lines on your chart. Right? The question is it going to break this area and keep going? Now, what if it breaks that area and keep going? Let's look at this. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. This is a trade you just took, 4-hour chart, right? Look at this support structure right here on the 4-hour chart. Is it going to respect or is it going to break it? Do we know? Because if it breaks through there, it's really going to run. Right? The next structure or set where this may actually start turning and coming back down is right here on the day chart, which is way up here. This could potentially break to hit this line, and then work its way up to this area before it actually turns around. Right? Right? I told y'all to take GBP, JPY too. I don't know if y'all took that, but that's neither here nor there. But what I want to show you guys is this. We trade from structure to structure. I need everybody to know that. Please write that in your notes. Where do we trade from? Structure to structure. That's what we trade from. That's what we're trading from, structure to structure. That's what we're trading from, structure to structure. On the day chart, this is the next strongest structure between here and here. So this trade could possibly move all the way up here. Possibly. But we trade from structure to structure. Please type that in the chat room. What do we trade from? Structure to structure. If this breaks this, look at all this space in between here. And that's what you want to start looking for. Look at all that space in between there. And that space should give you comfort if this breaks this structure going up to meet this. Now, this is a strong structure point because this is a 1-week resistance area, which means this resistance area came from the 1-week chart. I'll tell you to buy JPY. That's neither here nor there because we're sticking with this. Did it already hit take profit 1? 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 Now, here's the question. Should I stay in to take profit 2? Should I stay in to take profit 2? Because this is where we are already having problems. Do I stay in to take profit 2? That's the chance you're going to take. So let's go look at the 1 minute. Let's look at the 1 hour. Right? This is breaking that structure on the 1 hour chart. It's a continuation of a buy pattern on the day chart. If I looked at the day chart, look at this on the day chart. This thing could stop right up in here somewhere, but this could be a good trade of about, it could move at least, this could be a 100 pip move right here. Another signal just came out, GBP NZD. It's in a buy as well. All GBP pairs are moving strong. It's in a buy as well, right? But what I want you to make sure that you're looking at, right? GBP pairs are moving up. They're moving strong. Here is GBP NZD, right? It's right at this. The next level is right here. So then when you're looking at your support and resistance on your charts, what are you looking at, guys? You're looking, we're trading from structure to structure. Where's the next structure? Right here. Which is 1.96, 1.9638, 1.9631. Right? Where this could actually pause at. This is why you got to start studying your charts. Right? So I'm going to go over this again. Let me pause. We're sending out signals right now because the market is moving. But let's pause for a second. I want to go back over some things because I don't want to move too fast. Right, so trades are coming out. What's your daily goal? What's your daily goal? What's your daily goal? Now, here's the question. What happens when it hits TP1? What should I do when it hits TP1? Do I stay in for TP2? How do I know that this trade is going to go to TP2? Right? How do I know it's going to go to TP2? That's what we're asking. This is where the current price is. How do I know it's going to go to TP2? The first thing that you want to look at is, are there any wicks in the area before TP2? And yes, there are, right here. Now, it could hit TP2 because that's 96, 19, 90. Let me look at that again. 96, 19, 90. Right? So the chance of it hitting TP2 is great. Well, no. Now, it can pull back before it hits TP2. Why? Because TP2, let's do a line. Let's put this line where TP2 is. Let's see. TP2 is 96.65, I believe. Hold on one second, because I want you to see this. Because all y'all are asking. TP2 for GBP NZD. Oh, well, no, I should be going to CAD. I do apologize, guys. Let me go back to CAD. GBP CAD. All right, the TP2, if it breaks that structure, we won't know until the hour candle closes. So you got a whole hour for this candle to move. This candle could continue to move and hit TP2 on this one candle for the hour chart. But let's go look at TP2. And you want to start putting your take profits on your charts and look at where those take profits fall in support and resistance areas, right? And see if you want to stay in that trade or not. So let's put in TP2. You should always do this. You can do it on your phone, right? You can do this on your phone or you do this on your computer. Always do your lines on TP1, TP2, TP3, and TP4. Notice where they are. So that's what we're going to do right now since this is a live signal. TP2 is 171.44. Let's put, that's TP2. Let's put TP3. And you want to see these take profits. Hold on one second. So now let's enter TP3 and let's look at it as it pertains to support resistance. TP3 is 71.950. Now let's put on TP4. I want you to start looking at this. This is what you should do, guys, on every trade. This is what you should do. You should put in your take profit lines and see where they fall in between these support resistance structures to see whether or not you want to stay for TP1. After TP1, you want to get out. TP2, what's doing around TP2, what's doing around TP3, what's doing around TP4. And this one is going to be 72, 450. Am I doing right? Yeah. So you have all your TPs that you've entered on this chart. Now I'm going to zoom out so you can see them, hopefully. So that's TP2 is right here. Right, let's look and see if this is TP3. You should do this on every time you trade TP4. TP4 is right on that day one resistance. Now, the question that we're going to ask is, will this hit TP1? Could it hit TP2? So now I'm looking for support and resistance lines in between TP1 and TP2. I'm first going to see if it's going to break this structure. I would stay in this trade. I wouldn't get out. Right, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. I can put a trailing stop on it, and I'll show you how to do that. So let me show you how you do a trailing stop. Now I can do a trailing stop on this trade. Let's go in with a lot size on here of, I believe this one's gonna move. Let's do a $50 lot size on a buy. So I'm in a $50 lot size on a buy. $50 lot size on the buy. Are y'all still able to hear me? I want to make sure my internet is still connected. So I just went in on a $50 lot size. Now, this is what I do. I do this all the time. My trailing stop is going to be about, bring my trailing stop here. All right, so my trailing stop, I go to the order. I do this on my computer. You cannot put a trailing stop on a phone. Right, I can't put a trailing stop on the phone. What I can do is come in here, do this, go up to trailing stop. Do you see it? Slide over on the trailing stop, and then I go to custom. If I want a 15-pip trailing stop or a 20-pip trailing stop, if this is going to go 20 more pips, I have to do 200 points. 200 points on that move, 200 points. And so now, not 20 points, 200 points is a 20-pip trailing stop. I click OK, then I go over here in the corner and look. You will always have a T inside of that order right here to let you know your trailing stop is on that particular order. Do y'all see that? Do you see that? Now, that's GBP CAD. You go to GBP NZD, we do the same thing. So if I went GBP NZD, right, I'm looking at this as being a zone where this thing may stop or pause right there, but I'll go ahead and put a buy on the order, and then I'll put another trailing stop. I'll come up here, trailing stop, and I'll change it to 200. So when it hits 20 pips, my trailing stop activates and it begins to follow and flow behind my actual price. So we'll see if this goes into profit, right? 20 pips. Now I could have did a 10-pip trailing stop at 100 points, and it would have been a 10-pip trailing stop. You can. Why would you lose your initial stop loss until you were in profit? Why would you lose? I don't understand that question. Okay, so I'm in 2 trades right now. I'm looking for them to go 20 pips. If they go 20 pips, I'm good. Now, where this is probably going to pause is right here on this fractal area. All right. Once my trade goes 20 pips, my trailing stop is going to activate. But I am putting on, let's go back to GBP CAD. Let's click back over, GBP CAD. What I'm looking at on GBP CAD, guys, if you're following me, what I'm looking at on GBP CAD is how is the price going to respond to this support structure right here? Right? Is it going to respect it or is it going to break through it? I won't know for another hour. If you want to be very honest, I will not know for another hour, right, what this is going to do. So I'm watching this. Now, if I hit my TP2 and I hit my daily goal, I'm done. So do a trailing stop, you go to the order. Click on the order, right click on the order, go up to trailing stop. You can do, now that's 1.5 pips, that's 2 pips, 2.5 pips, 3 pips. But if I do a 20 pip trailing stop, which is my typical trailing stop, it's gonna be 200 points. Some people do a 15 pip trailing stop, that's 150 points. Some people do a 20 pip trailing stop, that's going to be 200 points, right? Right, the trailing stop is 200 pips behind market price. So once my 20 pips activate, right, I know that I'm not going to be in a position where I'm losing money because it's going to put me right almost at break even, right? And it's going to start following behind it. So the more it goes, if it goes 40 pips, it's just going to keep moving. If it goes 50 pips, it's going to keep moving. If it goes, and so I like longer pips. I don't like the short pips. When I get my 20 pips, I could actually get out of that trade. Do you put in a TP at all on the actual trade? No, I don't. If you notice, I did not put in a TP. Now, what you are noticing, that's why I put these on your charts. What you are noticing is notice how on GBP CAD, this is respecting this line. So it already hit take profit 1. Are y'all following me? Right, it already hit take profit 1. Take profit one was right on or right after the support structure right here. This could not break the support structure at all. And that's what you have to start looking at when you're going to take these trades. You have to know that there's no guarantee that it's going to break the support structure. So you're watching this trade right in this area. This is your area to watch this trade, guys. When you're in this trade, that's why I drew your support resistance lines. You're watching how this candle responds to this dotted line. If it breaks this dotted line, it probably will come back and retest, but then it will take off again. And that's why you can't panic on that particular front either. The reason why I like this trade to get into TP2 is because if it does break this clearing, trading is taking a chance. If it does break this clearing, are y'all with me? If it does break this clearing right here, right, let's zoom out. If it does break this clearing right here, right, I saw on the 4-hour chart, I want you to see this because I'm going from chart to chart as I'm looking at this trade. I start seeing, okay, this thing could slow down right at this fractal level. So I will watch to see what this trade does right here on this fractal level. I'll watch it, right? But I know that my scope and my goal is all the way up here. This trade, because there's all this opening here, this trade could potentially go all the way to this day one support. And you can stay in it for that day one support and take that money. Right? I need y'all to see this. So there's a gap in between here. I like this gap. There's nothing in between here that will make this turn around and then come back here. And I need you to see this. Let's say you're in this trade, right? This is your safety zone. See this support right here? Right under here. I'm also looking, listen, GBP NZD hit its take profit one. Did y'all get your take profit from GBP NZD? It just hit its take profit one. Did you get your take profit from that? Right? Now the question will now come, how long do we stay in here? Do we go to take profit 2 on GBP NZD? You're doing the same thing. You're typing in your zones and you're going to go over here to the chart, look in the past and see it. You're also going to start looking for your support resistance areas of where this trade could go up and actually turn around and come back down. Right? Now GBP NZD, let's go to that chart. It just hit its take profit right here. Look, it hit this take profit. But what is this area right above it? That would be my area of concern. Let's magnify this. This is an area of concern for me. Now, why is this line an area of concern, and why would I look at this line as it pertains to how I'm trading? Why would I look at this line as it pertains to how I'm trading? Because let's draw this, and this is what I want you doing on your charts, guys. That's why I put the support and resistance on your chart when you're taking these signals. Look what happened right here. Look what happened when this price got right here. Look what happened when it got right here. Do you see what happened when it got right here? Hit it once, hit it twice, and then look what happened. Came all the way back down here. Okay? Now, look, it's coming right back to this zone. That would be the zone where I'm looking to say, okay, how is this price, how is this candle going to respond to this area? It already wicked right here. So that's why we're getting a little pullback right here. But this is my support, my resistance. I'm looking to see how is this going to respond to this, because it actually, guys, let's clear this off. It actually came right here. It actually came right in here. Right? And so now I'm looking at this area to see what this is going to do. Guys, trading is not hard. What's hard is when you can't read the chart to know what to be doing. Do you understand why I put support and resistance lines on your chart? Do you understand why I put support and resistance lines on your chart? Because you're taking these signals, and as you're taking these signals, the real question is, do I know support and resistance? I'm watching to see what this candle is going to do to this line right here. If you can't hear, log out and log back in. Now, here's a question I get all the time, or here's something that fears people out. Should I go to TP2? Now, why is it pulling back? It's pulling back because of right here. See this fractal right here? Price responded to that fractal area, which is why we have fractals in our charts. It responded to that fractal area, and look what it's doing now. It's responded to that fractal area right there. How many of y'all are seeing this now? I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take it off. That's why I have fractals in your chart. See this fractal area right here? Isn't it responding to the same area right here? And we're getting a pullback? Fractal is this little triangle. You can put these triangles on your chart. Look how it's responding to that. Now, this is what fears people because they hit their take profit. Now it's pulling back, right? But it pulled back because it hit this fractal area right here. And you'll see these fractal areas. You can add fractals to your chart, right? But look at what it did. It got here and it pulled back. It's doing the same thing right here. Does that mean it's not going to go up here and hit this zone? It hit this zone before. So there's a chance that it could come back and hit this zone again. What I'll be watching for is how price responded to this. And that's why I would have a trailing stop on. How many pips is this? And this is what I regulate my trailing stop by. I want y'all to see this. I'll regulate my trailing stop by how much space do I have in here, and I'll do this. But from here to here, how much is that? It's like 21 pips. Right, so my 20 pip trailing stop should activate when it gets to this area. My 20 pip trailing stop should activate. So I know I'm good on my trailing stop when it gets into this area. It's pretty much going to activate. So what did I do? Let's take this slow because I need you to understand what just happened. I look to see what is the distance between these prices. So if I got in right here and I do my marquee to see where's that take profit. Does that take profit 20 pips away or 30 pips away or 40 pips away or 50 pips away? How far away is it? 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 Well, it's about 20 pips away. So then I'm going to set my trailing stop at 15 pips so I know I can secure some profit. Right? But now I'm watching this move through this area. Right? This is a big candle. This is a big momentum candle. I'm watching it move in this area. It can move up here and then wick all the way back. That does not mean the trade is over. Right? And a lot of people, what's your pip count for today? How many pips are you looking to gain for today? How many pips? What's your pip count goal for today? If you hit your pip count goal for today while you're still trading, what's 20 times 50? 1,000? 1,000? So once this is $1,000, I'm done trading for today. When this is $1,000, I'm done trading for today. I'm at 396. That's what I'm looking to get. I'm looking to get 20 pips between these two positions or these two trades that I have open. Once I have that with these two trades that I have open, I can say that I'm done trading for today. Just giving you an example of what's going on. But I am watching how this is responding, guys. You need to watch. You look at your chart. Do I stay in, Dr. Spiller? Well, where is it in from the next level of resistance? Well, it's right there. Watch how it responds to that. If it's going to start wicking, you can choose to get out of that trade and take your profit right here on this level. What if it breaks that level? Look at this up here. I'm looking at this level next. If it breaks this, I'm going all the way up here and I'm looking at this level next. Right? And if I zoom out, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Look. Y'all see it? So I got this level, then I got this level, then I got this level. All right, I got these three levels. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to watch how it responds to this particular level. Notice I responded to this. Right? Now, for those of you who are using your phone and you can't put a trailing stop on, you're going to have to learn how to do this manually. What? Yes, you're going to have to learn how to do this manually. have to learn how to do it manually. Look how it's responding to that area. You have to learn how to do this manually, which basically means what was your entry point? Now, let me give you a leg of caution. What if you get the entry late? This is what people are doing, and I tell them not to do. It already hit take profit 1. So without thinking, because they can't read charts, they just do market execution and put in take profit 2. But the problem is, take profit 1 was around a structured area. Right? This is on video, so you're going to be able to go back and watch how I did a trailing stop. I want y'all to hear this. This is a 4-hour chart. So I just want you to see this. This is very, very, very important. It is responding to this fractal area. Do y'all see this fractal area? And you see this pullback that's taking place right here? It's responding to that area, that fractal area right there. Now, when this was up $300 and you saw that pullback, right? Right? You saw the pullback. You're like, oh man, I should have took my money. I should take my money. That's not good trading. You have to trust your stop loss. You have to trust where this is in accordance to this structure. Could it hit here and turn? It did before, right? If you got here and then went all the way back down. This is about the area that it got in here. Look, over here, you go back into the past and see it kind of got in that area and it started pulling back. Now, is this going to be a reversal, a complete reversal for this trade, right? Could this be a reversal? And could this trade be going up here only to come back down again and retest these areas? That very well could be true. We don't know. We just all we can do is read the candlestick pattern and finally decide what it's going to do. But a lot of you are getting your trades late. But somebody write to Jarrell and tell him what to do. Why are you getting your trades late? Now, if we took this over to a 1-hour chart, right? Look what's happening on the 1-hour chart. We saw some pullback. Now, why is that pullback there? This fractal level right here. That's why there's some pullback. You saw this fractal level in the past and seen it. Now, here's the problem that I'm getting with a lot of people with this. That's that area. That's that area. So this price is showing some struggle to get through this area right here, or to get to that next zone. But here's the problem. We sit on a trade, you get in the trade late. You get in the trade late, you say, well, let me go to take profit 2. I think it's going to take profit 2. You never go back and look at the chart to see if it's going to go to take profit 2. What if this is take profit, it broke through this area right here, all right? And you're looking, well, could it go up there? It possibly could. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. One thing I know for sure is that this price is respecting this area. That's what I know for sure. But do I get out? I don't. No, you don't. This hasn't shown that you should get out of this trade yet. I want it to close above resistance before I take another TP. And when I mean close, I mean that candle has finished and another candle has formed. So there are some people who already took their profit out from that first trade they got in. We hit 2 TPs now. Now my stop loss will be under support areas. If this is a buy, I'll be looking for a support area, find a nice area under that support area. And if I saw a wick, I go right on that wick and place my stop loss like that stop loss is right there. See this support, this is support line, right? I'll start looking under here to find a good place to put a stop loss. So I put my stop loss right underneath that wick, right? Right under that support. I find support areas, right? And then that's where I'm looking at my stop loss. Now, you can move this stop loss, right, to the next level. You should lock. Let's say it comes up and it breaks this level up here, right? You can move your stop loss to this level, right? Or you see this wick right here. See this wick right here? You move your stop loss right under that level or that wick level because that's where it had problems at before. And you can move your stop loss right under that wick level if it breaks there. And you can start moving behind it. That's why I put these things on your chart so you can see it. Now, this candle is a long candle. We probably don't have to wait till 8 o'clock or so, 9 o'clock to see if it's actually going to even come up to this area. It may and it may not come up into that area. Right? But as you're seeing these live, you're seeing this live. Well, do I get out? Do I stay in? Do I take my profit? I am noticing that this is a strong area that's causing this to pull back. But that doesn't mean it's not going to get to TP2. My goal is to watch what it does here. Now, what happens if this starts getting here and then pulling all the way back down here? I still feel comfortable about this level here to see if it's going to go down, and it could retest this, which means don't get out the trade, and see if it's going to work its way back up to this level. I want to make that make sense. Because you could have a retesting right here. But come out, retest wick right there, and I'll move my stop loss like right here. I come right underneath that wick, put my stop loss right underneath that wick right there. Right, and I watch how this moves. I got so much to teach y'all tonight. Hopefully y'all stay on, but I'm watching this here, right? It could come back down here and retest. I'm okay because my stop loss is there. I'll wait for that retest, but I lost all that profit. I'll wait for that retest and see if it's going to come back up here again, because this is what that trade could do. Does that make sense, y'all? You can pull out when you hit your daily goal. I want y'all to hear me. You can hit your daily goal and you can pull out when you hit your daily goal. You hit your daily goal, pull out. Why did you pick that spot for a retest? Because of this 1 hour support and resistance line. Because if it's going to come down, it's going to come down to there. Look how I responded here before on this 1 hour support and resistance line. All right, now let's go look at GBP-CAD because we have a pullback on GBP-CAD. And this is what scares people. This is why people are scared. GBP-CAD. This is why they're scared. Let's zoom it in. What is price doing? Glad you asked. Look at this support line. You can decide to make a decision based on how this candle closes. Because if this closes, I want you to see, this is very important. This is the support line. It's responded to this line right here. And this one you have to have patience. It went up here. This ain't been up here in a minute, right? So watching how it responds to this. This line is important to this trade, guys. You want this candle to come up and close, which means it closes above it and another candle forms up here. That's what you want to see. Let's try it again. You want to see this candle come up. This is a potential, both of these are potential 100 pip moves. GBP-NZD is a 175 pip move. You can stay in GBP and pull out 175 pips if you work it right, looking at your support and resistance lines. And so these lines are important. That's why I put them on your chart. Because you want to see how price responds to these lines. Look at this line right here. Is it going to break above? We want this candle to close up here, and we want another candle to form right above that, and then watch it go up. Now, what could happen is it could go up and then come back and retest here. It could even wick right here and then continue back on this pattern. Right? This is as low as it could go, where that wick is on that previous candle. Yeah, Elliott wave. Once you get the fifth wave, you should be looking to get out. All right, does this make sense, guys? right, let's pause. Let me take some questions. I'm only taking questions over what I've covered. I have to say that 50 times, but I'm going to say it. I'm only taking questions of what I covered. So is there a limit to the amount of support and resistance lines you can have? Is there a limit to the amount of support and resistance lines? No, I mean, they're on here, so no, there's not a limit. There's one here, which says that this is a potential area. Let me show you this. It's a good question. When you have more than one in that one area, this is showing you this is a zone that this thing could come in and then turn around and go in another direction. You have them bottled up in that area. Is the 1 hour support? Is 1 hour support that you're looking at the one that you marked up before, or is it already there? It's already there according to the app that I gave you. How do you know that candle is not going to break its current low? You don't. You just have to watch it. I have to be very transparent with that. You really don't. You don't know. You just have to watch it. You don't. You can watch the wick of that candle and see what that candle is doing. I still have some more to give you guys so that you can start looking at what we would call Heikin-Ashi candles. All right, I'm almost at 8 pips on GBP NZD. 8 pips of profit. Let's see, do you enter the trade more than one time ever, or do you just keep moving TP and stop loss? I do sometimes enter more than once, and I do keep moving TP and stop loss. Do you ever re-enter if it hits your 20-pip trailing stop loss? Yes, if it looks good, and I'm going to go over re-entry to the best of my ability. Where can I watch the recording? YouTube. Why would a trailing stop kick you out early? I don't understand why would a trailing stop kick you out early. When taking signals, if there are 4 TPs, we should enter it 4 times, right? No, do not enter 4 TPs. Do not enter 4 TPs. You should do TP1, TP2, TP3, TP4. We give you 4 TPs to show you the 4 areas of where a trade could possibly go. Does that make sense? What's up to you? I'm trying it right now, so I'll go get him. What up now? Okay. Let's see. What app program for support resistance? It's in my Push 1000. I missed a little in the beginning. Is there a reason why the goal is 20 pips now versus 10 pips? No, you can do either one, 10 or 20. The zone is not considered broken until a candle closes above one another. That's correct. Yes, we're using automatic indicated tributals. Yes. Why did you draw the resistance line where you draw them? I didn't draw this. This is an app, guys, that draws it for me. Can we get a set time locally to just come together and set up a charts? The charts are different from the leaders, and we need a time. Okay, I don't have a problem doing that. Get with your leaders, and we'll find a time. What's the best method of time to avoid getting in the trade late? That's a good question. I typically like to come to my chart on my computer and look at my support and my resistance areas to see if I'm going to get a trade. Like, let's just say I have I like to look for gaps in support and resistance before I get in the trade. I like gaps. I like trading these gaps. I like trading these gaps right here, right? And so I look for those Lady B on trades. So if, let's say I got in and I noticed that there was a gap between here and here, I'll feel a little bit more confident in jumping in right there. Look at GBP NZD. Let's go look at GBP NZD. Look, notice the drop that GBP NZD just took from $400 to $70. That's how volatile that pair is, guys. It went from $400 to $70. And that's what you got to know about these pairs. There's one pullback. A pullback is respecting this fractal area, but I still won't get out because I'm trusting my stop loss or looking at this area where I'm willing to risk this right in here. But I know that this is respecting this area, and you have to be patient. You have to be patient. Once a trade, once in a trade, do you use other indicators to help keep you profit? Yes, I do, and I'll go over that in a second. Why don't you draw those resistance lines? What else? All right. Well, yeah, your trailing stop does not overrule the TP that you hit in. So if you put a TP in there, your trailing stop won't matter. Yes, trailing stop could minimize the amount of profit you could take. I know GJ was in profit. I use a trailing stop. I typically don't use a TP. But you can do a trailing stop or you can use a TP. The gap that I was talking about was the gap between the support and resistance line. I'm looking at this, and this is what makes people nervous when they start seeing a reduction in profit because they don't know that this is a fractal area that was hard for this to break. They see that, they panic. I say, well, I don't know, let me get out. It is leaving a big wick, but this is an hour candle. We have 13 minutes for this next candle is formed. You got to see what this next candle is going to do. But this is a very volatile pair, and it could go all the way back negative. I did not draw the support and resistance lines. The support and resistance lines are added based on the app that we gave you. If you add this app to your computer, it draws the support and resistance lines for you. It's called Auto S&R, and it is in our signals group. So let's talk about re-entrance. Ooh, I'm negative. Look at this wick. Look at this wick. Now, this is where people panic. Because they say, oh, I was up $400. Well, in my case, $400 on 8 pips. Right, so 8 pips on the dollar would be $8. You was up $8, and now you're negative. You're right at negative now. You're right at your entry point on that trade. Right? And you say, I should have took my profit. But you're only saying you should have took your profit because you don't know if this is going to continue to go up. That's why. You saw profit, now you're panicking. This is a patience game. Are there times you should have taken your profit? Yes, there are, but they're typically around support and resistance area. This is just a fractal area right here. This fractal area doesn't mean this trade is going to turn around and go back the other way, but it also doesn't mean it's going to continue. It's pulled back 8 pips in a matter of seconds. Auto S&R. So let's talk about re-entry. And let's talk about other exits that you can take using the MACD and the RSI. Okay? Excuse me. Yes, you could have. You could have taken your profit and then wait for it to break this fractal area and then got back in. But look at this long wick. It doesn't mean anything because this candle's not done yet. We still have 10 more minutes in this candle. And we're watching what this candle does in these next 10 minutes before the next hour transpires. Well, let's go back. Let's add another chart on GDP NZD. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Just finishing up the train. I'll be right with you. Okay, good. Okay, hold on a second. All right, look. Negative $200 for this long wick. Doesn't mean that it's not going to go back up. But I am waiting and I am watching. The way you tell how much time you have left on the candle is the clock that you're looking at. You know that there's 9 minutes left on this candle. This could shoot up in these last 9 minutes, or it could shoot down and come all the way back down. That lets you know that this fractal area was very strong, but it doesn't mean that this trade is over. Let's go. Now. Did I do that? Let's add in another new chart, and I'll show you places where you could look to start securing profit. I want to show you this trade. Hold on, I want to show you all this. Remember I said about that? You're not panicking because you want that candle to complete. This is a patience game, guys. It's a patience game. I'm looking at this fractal area. It doesn't mean it's not going to break this fractal area. It could break this fractal area. My next support is not till up here. Like, could it come up here and then switch back down? Yes, it could. It could do that. It could very well come up here and pull back down. But when you trade enough, you just know, okay, I can't panic because it pulled back from $400 to negative $200. It moved 8 pips. I did an 8 pip move. And I can't panic because it did an 8 pip move. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I got a few more minutes to teach. So let's look at this. Let's come over here. I'm teaching this for the next 3 days, guys. Same time every day. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. No, we got whatever this guy is. It's still a 2. Yeah, but I'm using Hakanashi candles here. Don't worry about it. Just take it off here that way. I'm going to leave my Hakanashi candles. Did I just put a harder in? Bear with me, guys. Let me get this done. All right, there are my candles. Now, the reason why I like this trade on the hour chart, right, is because both the red MACD and the gold MACD are going in the same direction. Those are indicators that I also use to start saying if I want to say this trade. I like to see the red and the gold line still moving in an upward angle. That's number 1. Number 2, on the ADX, I like to see the momentum going in the same direction as my green line, which represents buyers. I love to see that the red line is staying flat. Those are other indicators that I use to say, okay, I'm not going to get flustered with this trade because as long as these are going in the same direction, red and gold, see the gold line outside, red line here, as long as I see them going in the same direction, I don't get flustered. I look at that. So I say this could be a teacup forming, right? Where it's coming up, then a drop, right? And they very well could be telling the truth, right? That's what someone's looking at. But I'm watching this right here. And I know that my stop loss is right here. I have to trust this trade is going to go up here or wait to see what this trade is going to do. If it comes down here and it breaks this, I'm not staying in this trade long. I take that loss and I'm done. I look to get in another trade. I don't sit there, well, let me move the stop loss down. Maybe I need to move it down here and it'll go back up again. I don't do that. I don't do that. If it's doing that, then I need to start looking for a sale. That's what I need to start looking for. If it does that, I need to start looking for a sale. Hopefully I'm making sense. So we're getting pullbacks on GBP CAD as well. Let's go look at GBP CAD. Almost 8 pips. Look what's happening. Do y'all remember that line I told you on GBP CAD? What do we want to see here? We want to see GBP CAD break this level right up here. See the support line right here? We want to see it break that line. Well, it's starting to pull back from that line. Well, it could either retest this level or it could retest this level. My stop loss is pretty much a little bit under that wick right there to see if I'm willing to give up that much money on this trade. I'm looking at these levels. These levels are important. Guys, are you understanding why these levels are important? Am I still connected? Are y'all still here? Can y'all still hear me? I just want to show you when you're trading this, you want to look at this. Now, both my gold line and my red line is still heading up. My green line is a little bit flat, but as long as my red line on my ADX is pointing flat, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to not start taking caution to start taking some massive loss on this particular trade. Right now, I'm dealing with an 8-pip pullback. Now, if you're dealing with the right lot size, you should be okay. Right? But when do I know I'm getting out? I'm watching how it responds to these support lines here. I'm watching how it responds to those support lines. Right? Here's the support line right here. I don't know what it's going to do when it gets right here, but I'm going to watch it. Right? Is it going to break that? It may hold right here on this wick. It may come down and wick in this area, but doesn't mean it's not going to come all the way down here, and I shouldn't panic. I have to trust what I'm doing, or I need to take the first take profit and be done with this trade and not even be worried about all this that's coming in between here. Everybody understand what I'm talking about? Stop over leveraging, right? And look, this is the next thing I teach the students. How many of y'all know about this aqua line? How many of y'all have heard me talk about the aqua line? How many of y'all have heard me talk about the aqua line? If these candles stay above this aqua line, I don't get out of this trade. But that's why I don't have those gargantuan lot sizes on here that will bust up with my account. If this trade stays above this aqua line, I'll stay in it. Well, how are the indicators different from yesterday? Nothing on here is different from yesterday. No, the aqua line is not a Bollinger Band. Why is this, guys? I'm not teaching anything different than I taught on yesterday. With the price stays, I did a black line yesterday. I think I may have did a black line, not the aqua line. But the aqua line is an exponential moving average. We've already given y'all those. Here comes a new candle at 6 o'clock. Let's see what happened at 6. Is it going to come and retest this area and then shoot up? That's what we're waiting for. I don't want y'all to wait for it. I want y'all to see what's going to happen. Some are 6, some people use 10, some use a 6, some people use a 10, some people use an 8. Really, guys, either one of these are good. Either one of those are good. A 6, a 10, or 8 on that aqua line. Either one of them are good. Right? One thing I love about this is that this didn't close above this line. So now here is a red candle coming down. Let's see if it's going to retest this wick or retest this area. See what happens. But you can't panic. Right? Okay? All right. Is there on being that better for crypto? Yeah, crypto, you can use 6 on crypto. You can use a 10 on crypto. It doesn't matter. 6, 8, or 10. But you're going to hold. You're going to hold and see if this is going to go up and see what this does. You're not going to panic. You're going to trust support and resistance. You're going to look at the moving average, the support and resistance that's on it. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. I mean, we did 800 pips. If people would have stayed in trades and wouldn't have panicked and got out, they would get more pips. But you can't stop people from panicking. That's a natural proclivity that people have. They panic, and then they just jump out. But if people were more patient and understood support and resistance, like here, and seeing how the price responds to this line right here, or how price responds to this line right here, they wouldn't freak out so much. Yes, hour and the 4 hour are stronger, always. The high time frames are always stronger. If you notice, you didn't see me go down to a 5. I saw people going down to a 5-minute chart trying to trade. I was like, what the hell are you doing going down to a 5-minute chart trying to trade? You can't trade like that on a 5-minute chart. There's too much volatility for new people. So if you have new people on here, there's too much volatility for new people. New people can't handle all that. Right? Now look, let's talk about this from this perspective. So we're looking at this. My first caution on this trade is that if the gold comes down and crosses, because that means there's a loss of volume right there. It could go back up. But if it comes down and starts crossing, there's a loss of volume, which means that this could potentially start coming back down. I like the gold line to stay above the red line on the buy, right? I like the gold line to be under the red line on the sell. Above on a buy, under on a sell. But I look at the ADX, which is a trending indicator. I want this red line, if I'm going to buy, to stay flat. I really don't care what this line does as long as it stays above the 20. My caution is looking at this red line right here. I want that red line to stay flat. When that red line starts rising up, then I start taking like, okay, this trend move that we were in is coming to an end. Did y'all see that? Okay, guys, does this help y'all with the signals? We're going to pick this back up tomorrow. We're going to be doing this again on tomorrow, and we're going to keep going over it on tomorrow. We're going to keep doing it on tomorrow.